Hello and welcome to Grognard Solo Gaming. I am the Grognard and today we are continuing with Curse of Strahd. So last time the party had just reached the balcony on the third floor where they fought and destroyed an animated armor. And now they can see that there are doors to the east, the west and north, and when they peek around the corner to the east, they can see that there is one door leading west that is around the corner. So then they are going to go through the door to the west, and as usual, one paladin is going to open the door, the other paladin is going to go in with his glaive at the ready. And then they are entering room 15A. Dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom, and there are doors to the north. One double door with panes of stained glass, and also one normal door. One paladin is going to guard the door that they entered through. The other paladin is going to guard the doors in the room that lead to the north, and then the rest of the party is going to poke around in this room. The bedroom contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and a wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame, carved to look like ivy and berries. Since they did not find anything of interest in this room, Friedrich is going to point to the double doors with the stained glass panes, and the paladin that is in the room is going to open those doors. And let's see, that would be 15C. The double doors pull open to reveal a balcony overlooking the front of the house. Well, actually at this point that is not really true, because the fog outside is so thick that they cannot really see anything. Technically the fog would also cover the balcony, and they realize that if they step outside they are completely blind because the fog is so thick. So once they have closed the doors to the balcony, then Friedrich is going to point to the other door leading north, and the paladin is going to open that door. Immediately, a spectre-like figure manifests and attacks the paladin when he opens the door. So let's see. The spectre resembles a terrified, skeletally thin young woman. All right, rolling initiative. Okay, so Gottlieb goes first, and he is going to attack the spectre with his glaive. And that means that he hits actually with both attacks. The spectre has an AC of 12. And he inflicts 8, 9 plus 6, 15. However, the spectre has resistance to non-magical weapons, so that would be half. The second person to act is going to be Friedrich, and he is going to cast Sacred Flame, meaning the spectre has to make a Dex saving throw. And it has a +2, so unfortunately that succeeded. All right, so then it is Janos's turn, and he is going to take out his short bow and fire at the spectre. And because he is a variant human, he has the sharpshooter feat, and that allows him to ignore half cover and 3/4 cover penalties, so he can shoot the spectre even though there is a paladin standing in the way. And he is also going to take the -5 penalty to add 10 to the damage. So let's see how he does. All right, let's see. AC 12. He has a +5 and a -5, so he adds 0. So that is a hit. Right, so that means the spectre takes 23 points of damage, but is still resistant, meaning half. Then it is Gottfried's turn, and he is standing in the doorway, meaning he has to move two squares, 10 feet. So that is not a problem. Then he is going to attack over his twin brother's shoulder with his glaive. That's possible because that weapon has reach. And he is going to add a -2 penalty for half cover because of that, meaning the spectre has an AC of 14, which means that he needs to roll 9 or higher. And that would be a hit with both attacks. Oh my, maximum damage, 20 points of damage, even if the spectre only takes half of that. It is utterly destroyed. All right, well done, Gottfried. Well, that went well for the party. They are going to be on even higher alert now, knowing that there are foul undead lurking in this house. So they are going to enter room 15B. That was the adjoining nursery. And in the nursery, there is a crib covered with a hanging black shroud. And when Friedrich Gimmler parts the shroud, he sees a tightly wrapped baby-sized bundle lying in the crib. And he is going to unwrap the blanket. And when he does, he finds nothing inside. So the party is going to begin to wonder about this house even more, even if they found the evil books full of rituals and things. They are beginning to wonder if perhaps the children were lying, because it seems that this house is much more dangerous than the children would let on. So the party is going to go back out on the balcony, and then the paladin in the front is always Gottlieb. So that means Gottfried is the one that opens the door, and then Gottlieb enters with his glaive, and he is entering room number 14. So let's see. Storage room. Dusty shelves line the walls of this room. A few of the shelves have folded sheets, blankets, and old bars of soap on them. A cobweb-covered broom leans against the far wall. Well, I guess that Janusz is going to step inside and look around. And at that point, the broom is gonna come alive and attack him. Okay, so it doesn't say anything either in the description or in the monster description about surprise attack. It simply says false appearance while the broom remains motionless and isn't flying. It is indistinguishable from a normal broom. That means we are simply going to roll a normal initiative. Okay. That means that Janos is going first, and he is the one that is inside the room with the animated broom. The broom animates when someone gets within 5 feet, so that means Janos is standing next to the broom, and unless he disengages, he is going to suffer an attack of opportunity if he backs away from the broom. So he is not going to do that. He is instead going to draw a dagger, and he is going to stab the broom. That would be a miss, unfortunately. Then it is Friedrich's turn, and he is going to, while looking at the broom, he is able to tell that it seems quite quick and dexterous, so he is going to cast Toll the Dead, which means the broom needs to make a wisdom saving throw. And that would be, it has a -3, so that means it fails, and it suffers 1d8 points of damage. 5 points of necrotic damage. Then it is time for Seraphine to act, and she is going to cast a firebolt cantrip at the animated broom. So let's see. That would be a hit, and it inflicts 1d10. 8 points of damage, not bad at all. Then it is the broom's turn, and it is going to multi-attack 2 melee attacks with a +5 to hit. A 10 and a 5, and it has a +5. That means it hits with one of them. And they inflict a d4 +3. 7 points of damage for poor Janos. Then it is Gottfried's turn, and let's see, can he get in there? No, I can't really see how he would be able to squeeze in there, because Friedrich and Seraphine would be standing right outside in order to be able to hit with their spells, meaning that the paladins are not going to be able to help Janos in this situation, unfortunately. But we are simply going to have to move on. So that means we are back to Janos with his dagger. So let's see how he does this time. That would be a hit. He does not get sneak attack, but he inflicts 5 points of damage, and that is enough in order to destroy the animated broom. So that was pretty good. So Janos is in pretty dire need of healing before he feels like searching in this room. So Seraphine is going to use her Asima ability Healing Hands, and it heals 1d4 per proficiency bonus, meaning it heals 2d4. And that would be 5 hit points. That leaves Janos with 2 points of damage, and that he is able to live with. So then he can have a look around in the storage room, but there is nothing to be discovered except for the angry animated broom that was just destroyed. So then the party is going to move on, and that means they are going to, well, they are going to start with the door that leads to the west when they walk around the corner there. So that would be room number 13. Okay, and room 13 turns out to be a bathroom. This dark room contains a wooden tub with clawed feet, a small iron stove with a kettle resting atop it, and a barrel under a spigot in the east wall. So, as usual, Gottlieb is going to enter first with his glaive, but when Friedrich sees that it is just a small bathroom, he is going to gesture for Janos to go in there and have a quick look around. But there seems to be nothing to find in there. So that means that the party only has one door, well, it's a double door, left to explore, and that leads to the east. That double door. So let's see. Then they enter 12A. The double doors to this room have dusty panes of stained glass set into them. Designs in the glass resemble windmills. The dusty cobweb-filled master bedroom has burgundy drapes covering the windows. Furnishings include a four-poster bed with embroidered curtains and tattered gossamer veils, a matching pair of empty wardrobes, a vanity with a wood-framed mirror and jewelry box, and a padded chair. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst hanging above it. A web-filled parlor in the southwest corner contains a table and two chairs. Resting on the dusty tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and matching jug. A door facing the foot of the bed has a full-length mirror mounted on it. A door in the parlor leads to an outside balcony. Well, the party is going to do what they always do, meaning Gottlieb is going to go in first with his glaive ready, and he is followed by Friedrich and Janos, and finally Seraphine. Then Gottfried is going to stand guard by the door that they entered in through. Then there is one door to the west, and they are going to open that, and they are going to find that the door opens to reveal an empty, dust-choked closet. Then Janos is going to find that the jewelry box on the vanity is made of silver with gold filigree, and it contains 3 gold rings and a thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant. And at this point, the party considers the residents as hostile, and they, well, not they, but Janos is going to take the valuables, not really for himself, but for the church, for the war effort. At this point, the party is going to realize that there is one more floor above them that they cannot yet access, because they could tell that there were 4 floors to the house. That means they are going to start looking for secret passages on this floor. Well, everybody is actually going to search, but I am going to roll for the 2 characters that have the perception skill. All right, so finding the secret door is a DC 15 wisdom perception check. So let's see how that goes. Friedrich Dümmler finds the secret door that is on the west wall when they are on the balcony, and on the other side of the secret door they can find a cobweb-filled wooden staircase leading up to the next floor, which they are guessing is the attic. But that is as far as this session is going to go, and we'll continue here next time as the party is going to go up to the 4th and final floor in this house. So I thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.